Hello, I'm Enrico Grotti, Community Development Manager for Bernalillo County. Over the next few minutes, I'd like to show you how the county is planning to update the parks and recreation and open space facilities that will meet the needs of a 21st century community with your participation. Traditionally, parks, recreation, and open space has been focused on making sure we have enough green space, recreational, and leisure opportunities for our families. But the county also recognizes that we have additional needs in our communities that can also be met through the use of these facilities. We have developed new goals, objectives, and we are shifting from being purely a recreation and green space oriented organization to one that incorporates community health, cultural heritage, and economic development to advance our quality of life.
I'm taking a composite. I'm not too concerned.
Bernalillo County is re-envisioning how it interacts with the community through parks, recreation, and open space. It's all part of the 2030 master plan that will revolutionize the way residents use and interact with current and future facilities.
We are at the center of what I'd like to call the quality of life triangle. And that quality of life triangle is cultural heritage on one point, economic development on another point, and the third point is community health. Puts us at the cutting edge nationwide in terms of county parks and recreations. We're really excited.
The community health and cultural heritage points on the triangle are directly linked to economic development. Businesses look to a community's quality of life before they relocate. By providing facility space for small businesses and nonprofits to operate, surrounding neighborhoods will benefit from increased access to services. Community centers will be rebranded as whole life centers, where classes and services can be rendered on a regular basis.
Everything from yoga to Chinese medicine classes. We have a lot of local practitioners, we have a lot of local businesses that are interested in offering different kinds of activities and need spaces to do that. And just like our open spaces will be kind of business incubators for local farmers.
Local farming is already happening at many of the current open space properties. Both private and nonprofit organizations are growing and harvesting crops that can be found at local stores and farmers markets. For this project, county planners have identified 9 neighborhood community areas from the East Mountains to Paradise Hills. And it comes as no surprise that many of the county's oldest facilities are busting at the seams.
We knew we had some major issues at Westside Community Center, at Los Vecinos, to a lesser degree at Paradise Hills, and then at Raymond G. It's also a fairly old facility. But we knew we were going to have to spend some time and energy and then ultimately resources to bring those up to what would be, the current state-of-the-art facilities.
And then there's aquatics. No new aquatics facilities have been built in the city or county over the last 10 years.
When it comes to aquatics facilities, they range from 3.5 million for a general outdoor pool to close to 8-9 million for an indoor pool to 12 to 14 million to like a regional Olympic scale kind of facility. And then to maintain them, enormous resources from the pool, outdoor pool around 100 to 150K to for the indoor pool anywhere from $500 to $750,000 a year to maintain.
The county receives about $30 to $35 million every 5 years for capital improvement projects. The public input during the planning process has produced a community-driven wish list totaling $80 to $90 million.
We can't do $90 million of projects. We can only do 30. So we're going to have to prioritize.
Barney and his crew have held nearly 40 community meetings over the last 14 months and developed a planning study based on feedback received for each of the 9 neighborhood community areas. Now, the county is returning to the public to show the outcomes of the planning study and to solicit input on priorities for each district and its neighborhood community areas. In June, residents are invited to attend public meetings. Here's the schedule based on county districts. If your schedule doesn't permit you to attend in person, please provide your feedback by taking our online survey beginning June 1st. Deadline to provide input to the planning team is June 26th.
There's a bunch of projects that came out of the process. You told us this is what you want. Now we got to figure out what ones we can actually fund, and you're going to help me with that.
And with public participation, we can all help build a better, safer, healthier community for decades to come.